figured I'd make a quick little video on my experience in the orientation at Crete in Lenoir City. Um, yeah, it didn't seem like a bad employer when I went there. The hotel was not really that great. I went all week without hot water in my room, but I mean that wasn't really a Crete thing. It was more the hotel that they put you in. It's nothing special. Um, but the orientation was all right. Lots of videos, lots of training junk, the usual as everybody else. But the thing that got me was I get there and the amount that the recruiter had promised me was different than what was on the paper, and then I'm being told that I'm having a driver-facing camera, which is a big issue for me. Like, I get some people don't really care about that, and that's not that big of a deal. But for me, I don't feel like having something spying on me every bump that I hit, and anytime that something loud goes off or the truck shakes a little too much. I mean, there's people that say, "Oh, it's not a big deal." If it translates into more money, pay me 10 cents per mile more. Say it's an extra $50 a day, some kind of incentive like that. But for me to go through 4 days of training only to find a piece of paper saying, "Hey, you're getting a driver-facing camera." Why? I don't have anything on my vehicle report that says that I need it. I have no accidents, no speeding tickets, none of that. I don't know if it's because I've just got my CDL less than 2 years. I mean, I've got a year and a half of training already with Warner, training with or work with JB Hunt. I don't know. I really don't know what caused them to want to have me have a driver facing camera, but that was an issue for me, and I walked away. I just was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Um, I've got my limits on what I'll put up with, and having a camera go off every bump that I hit is, definitely not one that I want. I know I'm a safe driver. I don't text and drive. I don't speed. I don't do all that shit. But, you know, I don't want somebody calling me up saying, "Hey, you're picking your nose and you hit a bump and the camera went off," or you're drinking coffee and the camera went off. And even then, in the orientation, the trainers kind of said, "Hey, if you got your girl on the truck and you're rocking and she's moaning, close the curtains because that camera's gonna pick it up." That's a red flag. Like, yeah, okay, somebody is watching that video and the 20 seconds that it's going off, well, oh my god, the truck's shaking, the camera went off, it uploaded a video. Oh my god, harder, harder. Yeah, that they're watching that. Somebody's got to watch that and go, oh, okay, he's not, no, he's not in an accident. That's just somebody having sex in the back. That's an issue. That's a bit of an issue, you know? I mean, hell, what happens if you have to take a piss in the bottle? That's a thing that truck drivers have to do every now and then. You're stuck in traffic, an accident happens, you've been sitting there 2 hours. What are you going to do? Just, oh, I can't walk out of the truck and take a leak. You're going to have to get back in the sleeper berth, pull the curtains, and take a piss. Well, they're going to be like, "Hey, well, you moved. The truck started shaking." Well, yeah, I had to go in the back and take a piss. You could potentially get a call from safety or somebody saying, "Hey, that's a health thing. We've got these trucks. They cost a lot." Yeah, I know they cost a lot of money, but at the same time, I had to piss. 2 hours sitting in traffic, not moving. What do you expect me to do? These are all hypothetical situations that driver-facing cameras would pick up and safety people would potentially call you for. And that's an issue. If you're a driver that has lots of accidents on the record and you're just struggling to find work, and you're begging people and they're saying, "Hey, we're willing to take a risk if you put a driver facing camera in your truck because you've got X amount of violations or incidents on your report." Okay, I think most drivers on that end would agree, like, yeah, I'm willing to say, I need the job, I'll do it, I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm a good driver, I'm a safe driver, that I've improved or whatever. But for us to have to go through all these other safety classes, and I've taken the Smith class like 4 times this year between 2 different companies. I had to take it again with Crete. I mean, it just seems like a waste of the 4 days that I've been up there. The company itself seemed like they were pretty cool. I was going to be routed through my hometown, and I was going to potentially be able to be home, a couple times a week. I was supposed to get up to 2,500 miles a week, and if I'd been making the amount that I was supposed to make cents per mile, that would have been really great. Still the amount that I was going to make, it wasn't going to be terrible, but it was the difference about $300 to $500 a week, which that's a make it or break it. At that point, I could go back to a Dollar General account with Werner, or just even take a $200 cut and do intermodal with JB Hunt. Um, so it was an issue for me ultimately with the driver facing camera, and that I just said I got to go. I'm just gonna go back to Werner or somebody, or get out of truck driving at this point. But I wouldn't say don't look into Crete. They seem like they're a pretty good employer for the most part. People seem to be fairly happy there. Um, but be aware that I think they're, as a company, going driver facing cameras in the future. Because that was when I brought it up with the safety people at the terminal there. They said, "Oh, it's not a big deal. All the trucks are going to be having them within a year." That's an issue. That's something that a lot of drivers don't want. It's something. It was one of the very first questions I asked the recruiter. I even have them on a recording, because I record half the crap the recruiters say, because you want to be able to say, "Yo, I was told this, and I I'm getting this." That's an issue. You need to be able to back up what you were told, and I'm doing that, and I've got a recording of it, and it just, it is what it is. Now I'm on to the next search of another employer, but give Crete a try. But if you're not wanting to have driver-facing cameras, it's possible that in the future they may have them. So be aware of that.